Welcome back to the World here on Rise News. Now, the Kano State High Court has granted an order restraining the national chairman of All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, from parading himself as a party member. The court also ordered Ganduje to stop presiding over the affairs of the National Working Committee of the APC. However, a faction of the party has said that the party would not honor the court's ruling. Earlier, a chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, Okoi, Obla, spoke with Rise News on the ongoing crisis and what the party stands to lose or gain.
That would be a contradiction. If he's saying that they have not been served with the court order, why would they file a motion for stay of that order? Or why would they go to any court asking that court to countermine the orders of the Kano State High Court? As a matter of fact, the Federal High Court and the Kano State High Court, they are courts of concurrent or coordinate jurisdiction. So the Federal High Court has no authority, has no power to review the order of Kano State High Court. So I've been hearing that the Federal High Court has halted the suspension of Dr. Ganduje. All that is rubbish, is gimmickry. In law, that court is not superior to the Kano State High Court. So I would advise the APC to obey that order. Otherwise, they are pushing the party to a state of implosion. As a matter of fact, members of the party are not happy with Ganduje because he is not supposed to be the national chairman of APC. If they follow the APC constitution, when Senator Abdullah Adamu left, somebody from the North Central geopolitical zone is supposed to act as the national chairman. That is what our constitution says. But they didn't follow the constitution, and that is why all the rumblings we have in APC has manifested in a fight in Kano State against Dr. Ganduje. So I think he should just step aside. Otherwise, the party will implode. Because APC is made up of different tendencies. You know, different political parties came together to emerge in 2013. And some part of the APC are feeling that they have been neglected. For instance, the CPC, that was a major part of the parties, you know, that came together to form APC. They have been saying that they have not been taken care of. That if you go to the current National Executive Council Committee, the National Working Committee, there is nobody representing the CPC tendency. And then there is ABGA, which was part of the emerging parties, the DPP, and even the AMPP. So that is a problem. There are a lot of problems in APC. And I think the National Working Committee, if they are truthful, they should see this opportunity, to ask Ganduje to step aside and return that position to the North Central geopolitical zone in the interest of our party, in the interest of democracy, in the interest of the rule of law, which APC pronounced or proclaimed in the same an objective or in the constitution that is going to observe, the rule of law, constitutionalism, and so forth and so on. But we are not saying that. It is a wrong signal to Nigerians.
All right, Mr. Obla, still talking about the issue of contradictions, as you rightly put it, and on the issue of the Kano's Federal High Court ruling, still calling for that stay of order based on the enforcement of Dr. Ganduje's ex parte motion on his fundamental right and to a fair hearing. Do you think this is more of a temporary reprieve? Who should we actually believe here within the legal framework of the two courts? I
have read the judgment, the order of the Federal High Court based on an application filed by Dr. Ganduje for the enforcement of his right. That order is no contradiction of the order of the Kano State High Court. The order of the Kano State High Court is the one that concerns APC. The one filed by Dr. Ganduje against some people from his ward in Kano State has nothing to do with APC. The APC was not even mentioned. It's just some persons whom Dr. Ganduje says are infringing on his right were taken to court. But the order coming from the Kano State High Court, it is an action filed by members of Ganduje Ward Executive Committee of Kano State against Dr. Ganduje, against APC as a party, against the National Working Executive Committee of APC, the Kano State APC, and the Kano State Working Committee. So that is one that concerns us. The other one doesn't concern us. It's their personal action against Dr. Ganduje. It has nothing to do with APC. What they are trying to do is they are trying to use subterfuge, to confuse Nigerians and to undermine the clear orders of the High Court of Kano State, which I think is not good enough for APC as a governing party.
The leader of the party at the moment, talking about no other than the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what, if you were to advise him, what advice would you be giving to him? Because certainly he knows about this, certainly he's seen a perfect storm brewing, so to speak. What should he do to avert this particular perfect storm?
The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a renowned federalist. He's a renowned Democrat. He took part in the fight against the dethronement of military dictatorship in Nigeria. And when he was governor of Lagos State, he engaged President Obasanjo to ensure that President Obasanjo does not become a dictator. For instance, the issue of local government, creation of local governments in Lagos State, which he created local governments, and the federal government stopped the allocation of revenue to Lagos State local government areas. And he went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, look, Mr. President, you cannot do this. This is a constitutional responsibility. You are bound to release allocation to Lagos State. So I would advise him as the leader of the party to intervene, to ensure that the APC does not become a lawless party. The APC does not implode. To ensure that the constitution of APC is upheld all the time. To ensure that the position of national chairman returns to the north central geopolitical zone. And to ensure that Dr. Ganduje goes to Kano and answer the case against him. That is what I would advise him to do if I have the opportunity.
All right, Dr. Obla, Mr. Obla, earlier on you mentioned the issue about adhering to the rule of law, and of course, for Dr. Ganduje to at least perhaps step aside for the time being while he handles the court proceedings, as it were. But what if he, sticks to his guns and doesn't do that? Are we likely to see more court proceedings on the matter? And of course, there are other issues regarding the running of the party that should be focused upon right now instead of all this, legal proceedings.
Any act of recalcitrancy by APC and Dr. Ganduje will lead to the implosion of APC. There's going to be a legion of litigation to challenge the constitutionality of his office, because in the first place, there's a lot of clouds around that office, whether or not it was proper from somebody from Northwest to replace the former chairman from North Central Geopolitical Zone, when the Constitution says, in the absence of the national chairman, the deputy from his own geopolitical zone shall act as national chairman. That is the crux of the matter. So if he doesn't step down to go and clear himself, the APC will, in the eyes of Nigeria, be what they claimed, what we claimed PDP was before PDP left power in 2015. We said PDP was a paragon of anarchy, the paragon of lawlessness. So why are we behaving like PDP? Why are we not following our constitution? Why are we not following the law? Why are we disobeying clear court orders? What is so special about Dr. Ganduje that he cannot step down and the party will not allow him to go back to Kano, to clear his name and do the proper thing so that our party does not implode?